6600.
Multiple explosions coming from 661. Unable to get any ambulance, any rigs out except for 667. Automatically go to a third alarm.
23.
All standby crews to go to station 2.
23 6699.
All right, I think you guys can hear me now. So welcome again to another month, another Ask Scanner School Q&A. So it wouldn't be an Ask Scanner School question and answer if there wasn't a glitch at the beginning. So hopefully we got that out of the way. So again, I want to thank everybody who's joining us tonight over on YouTube and also over on Facebook, and of course the Extra Credit group that's also joining us on Zoom. So Paul, I see you on Zoom tonight, and again, your questions will be in a separate window, so I'll keep an eyeball on that one. But for everybody else who's in on Facebook and YouTube, I've got you on the sides here right now. You can see over on that corner over there, I got the questions rolling in, so we'll get to them in just a few minutes. Paul, hopefully you're able to see me and everything's good. Excellent, thumbs up. And what's nice about the Zoom chat is everything is real time. There's no delay. So again, we're over here and there. So what's that? We had a good Q&A session today on the podcast. For anybody who hasn't listened in a while, we've got today was our Ask Scanner School Q&A session. And again, while I'm talking about this, I'm just reloading the web pages on the other laptop here just to make sure that things are good on both sides here. Boy, there's a good, I'd say, a minute delay between real time and what I'm seeing over here on YouTube. So. To answer some of the questions that we had, we talked today about SDRs. Again, SDRs are a big topic, and yes, I am still working on that training material. I know every month everybody asks me about it, and every month I say, yes, I'm still working on it. To give you guys an update as to what's going on with the SDR training class is I've got my platform set up. I've gone through the platform training. I've gone through how to set up the course in the platform. So we are making headway in there. So it looks like, we should be able to get you something, hopefully, as schools or school sessions and seasons restart. We won't go into whether or not schools will restart in the fall, but very good. So with that, this is usually a very quick 30 minutes. I'm going to jump right into the questions, and hopefully this gives us time to answer them. So far I see Ray and Joe got you in there. Michael got you in as well. Yep, we had no audio in the beginning, but we're good here. Les, I got you in there. David got you in. KD9JEO. The Chach, I guess, from Hicksville. Yep. Podcasting is going extremely strong, and New Zealand got you in as well. Max, good to have you in there. Looks like a bunch of the guys over from the ZeloNet have made it over here to the live session. Also, Joseph got you in there as well. So again, guys, what you can do is you can ask your questions in the chat boxes. So we've got on the side, if you're watching this live on YouTube, of course, we got the chat box over there to the side. If you're catching this on a replay, what you can do is leave your questions below during the replay. I'll come back after the replays and answer questions there as well. Facebook, again, with Facebook, all you got to do is go down to the post that's live right now, and in the comments, what you would do is just answer that. So I'm hoping that has started. I'm trying to see if that's actually up and running. Yep, we got that in there. I don't see any comments over there in Facebook, but I definitely do have some viewers down there. Okay. And then again, Paul, since you're watching on Zoom, we got the chat box off on the side for you as well. So if you have anything you want to bring up, then that's over there as well. All right, guys. So looks like Joe's got a question coming in here as well, but nobody else has any questions. So again, go ahead and ask your questions. That's what I'm here for the half hour, and it does go really, really quick. Some of the other things we've been working on the podcast, just to let you keep while I'm waiting for the questions to come in, is we've been looking basically at Whistler stuff, how to do object-oriented scanning, which again I explained how much I really do enjoy that type of setup, and also even optimizing how you set things up in the Whistler product line. So again, just to let you know where I've been, I got my the Pro 106, which is one of those object-oriented scanners that was made by GRE that Whistler took over for. And one of the questions that did come up was, when will I be talking about setting up one of these, the TRX1? So I've intentionally set that one separately off to the side for its own dedicated podcast, because Easy Scan is basically just a name. I don't find anything really easy about the software on that one. So excuse me. What I want to dedicate just a podcast to just those easy scan scanners, such as the TRX1, TRX2, the 1098, the 1095, and that whole series there. Again, that will also cover the Radio Shack line, the Pro. What was it? They had that little. Man, it slips my mind right now what it is. It's something 7, I think it was, or just a Pro 7 or whatever it was. 107. That's what it was, and that was kind of a weird design based off of an iPod, but yeah. So we're dedicating a podcast to that as well. So it looks like my Facebook is cutting out over here. So hopefully you guys are still able to hear me on Facebook. So we got Ed Walsh also in here from Southern California. So very good, Ed. Thanks for joining. Don't forget too, if you're a Patreon $5 supporter, you can join us over on Zoom. The invite information is over in Patreon. So. We got 2 questions in, both local. So Joseph's asking, I know you told me about recording the calls on the STS-100. How do I save the calls? Joseph, are you looking at just saving them on the SD card that is in the scanner, or are you actually looking at taking those calls off of the scanner and saving it on your computer? So if you want to take it off the SD card, what you want to do really is you're going to want to plug the scanner into Sentinel, and then through Sentinel you can then browse the recorded objects, and then you can download them that way. Excuse me, it's not Corona. It's just I've been outside clean up the yard after the tropical storm rolled through here. The other way to do it too is you can actually go right into the SD card and you can read it. But I've actually pulled audio off. It's been a while since I pulled audio off the Home Patrol line, but it is in there, and I know you could do it right through Sentinel. And if I had access to my Windows computer, which is on the other side of the room, which I'm looking at right now, which looks like it's doing a check disk because we lost power this afternoon, and my UPS did not hold, so it looks like it did not want to come back up and boot. So it looks like my RAID drives are doing something over there. So Joseph, let me know on that one, and then while you're getting back to me, I'm going to answer the other question that came in too. Is Whistler 1010's backlight won't stay on like the BCT 125AT, so get back on until you turn it off. There should be a setting inside the 1010 in order to do that. I'm going to have to do a quick look and see which one the 1010 is, to be honest with you. So you know what, let's take a tour of that while we're doing this. So let me click over here. Let's go ahead and change screens, give you guys something different to look at here. And we're going to click on that and do a transition. Here we go. All right, so we're looking at radio reference. The best thing here about radio reference too is you can always go to the wiki home, and you can just do a quick search on the wiki. So you can do WS1010. I believe there's a hyphen in there, so maybe there's not. Let's see, WS1010. Here we go. Yes, that one. So that is also, I've got one of these in a drawer somewhere. This is actually the same thing as the Whistler, I'm sorry, the WS1010 is the same as the Pro 404. I've got one of these sitting somewhere. And not a bad little radio. Basically, it is 200 channels, 10 banks, VHF, UHF. And what's nice too is it does have the Spectrum sweeper on it as well. And great little beginner radio, but it's also good too if you've got just a need for something that's analog, conventional only, and it will get the job done. So leaving the backlight on, to be honest with you, I haven't used this radio all that often. I don't know if there's actually a leave the backlight on all the time setting. I know that there is, the light bulb, but it might be if you hit function and then the light bulb, it might actually leave that on for you. Now, again, my 404 is buried in a drawer somewhere, so for me to try and find it, if it's a slow question night, I'll run over and see if I can pull it out for you and take a look at that. But that is not sure if I will actually stay on for you. But again, let's see. We got Joe is coming in as well. Yeah, Joe, I did get your question on the podcast. And again, I know I gave the consulting or tutoring session to the other gentleman who asked the same type of question. But if you do need help, Joe, drop me a line, and I'll hook you up as well on the tutoring session. All right, let's go back and change screens. We'll transition back over. Very good. All right. Joe Orts is in from Los Angeles, California, and then Joe Curtis also asking, hopefully you get my SDS 100 back from Uniden. Had to send it in to get the belt clip fixed, and it sounds like a piece of plastic broke inside the radio. You haven't scanned out withdrawals. Joe, that's a tough one. I know that Uniden is really slow right now in getting scanners back. I know a couple of guys on Radio Reference have been complaining about the turnaround time. They've been complaining about getting charged for the work, and then Uniden saying that they didn't get charged for the work, and there's been fighting back and forth. So there has been quite a bit of delays going on with Uniden support and also getting things fixed. So it will be a little bit of a slow time to get that returned. But good luck to you, Joe, with that one. Joseph's asking, so if you plug the scanner into the computer and save them onto the computer, yeah, you can do that. I think that each one of them saved individually as an MP3 file. Again, I don't have the ability to plug into it right now where I'm sitting to do that and walk through that live. I'd love to do it, but again, I'm looking at my Windows computer over on the other side of the room, and it hasn't yet booted up yet. It's still going through some sort of pre-boot sequence over there. I can see the black screen with the white text on it, and it does keep refreshing, so I'm hoping nothing broke. So, because I do all my radio programming on that computer, I've got 4 live feeds running off that computer. It's basically gonna hurt me if I have to redo that one. So, but it is what it is. Let's see. Not getting too many questions in tonight. I'm surprised. But if anybody has any questions you'd like to bring up, let me know. If not, I'll walk over to the other side of the room. I'll go in the drawer. I'll see if I can pull out the 404. And there you go. Ray's asking, can you broadcast the BC75XLT to Broadcastify? If so, what software? Ray, any software with a Vox trigger will allow you to broadcast to Radio Reference. In fact, you don't need a Vox trigger. You just need anything that's going to record the line in. So you could use Radio Feed, which is a free one, and that's by the guys who make ProScan. So let's just take a quick look. I think I just disconnected my Safari, but we'll take a look here. Let me transition over. Too many windows open. Let's see if I can find that one over here. I need something that just has like buttons on it that I can push buttons and make things move. That's the next step, I think. All right, so we're going to go over to Safari and see if that works. Yeah, I broke my Safari. Let's see, because I split the windows into 2. I'll close that one out. Take this one. All right, maybe we won't go for a tour on Safari and take a look. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. ProScan.org. All right, we got it back up and running. Transition. All right. So what you're going to do, if you go to ProScan.org, over here on the right-hand side, we've got Radio Feed. And again, this is a free source client that will feed out and source over to Radio Reference or Broadcastify. Again, you just click right down here and click on Download Radio Feed. And even though your radio may not be supported in here, this is really just what you're supporting as far as alpha tags, right? If you have a radio that is not supported here, you can still stream using that radio. You just won't be able to feed the alpha tags to it, which is fine. Again, it's free software. I'm using this right now for other feeds as well, so it does work very well. And even if you have something that's like, the 898, if they talk the same language, usually you can pull these in because they all use the same protocol as well. So again, my recommendation is radio feed. Again, you want to go to broadcastify.com and apply for a feed if that's what you're looking to do, but that's how you would get it done. Let's see, we got here coming in. Is the Uniden BCD 396 XT retired? And if so, what is the successor to it? Yes, the BCD 396 XT is long retired. The successor to that one is the BCD 325 P2, and that is this guy over here. Nice little radio. It's a nice upgrade to the 396 XT. What this one gives you over that is the ability to do P25 Phase 2. It also has the new design, the new look to it. I don't have my BR330T. Do I? Yes, I do. This is where I keep all my other radios. We'll do this one. So again, this is what the 396 XT would look like. Again, this is a 346, but same design, and you can see how they kind of changed things out, made it look a little bit different. So it's the same body style and everything else. Here's the 125. It's pretty much exactly the same. I guess this is the new style going forward. But it'll cost you about the same amount of money that the 396 would have cost you to begin with. What's nice about it is on the side is that it does take USB, so none of that fancy Uniden crazy serial port. The only issue I do have with this radio is you can't use it and charge it at the same time. You can do one or the other. Again, this one here too runs off of two AA's, whereas the 396 would have operated off of 3. Still a good radio, and again, the other nice thing about this one too over the 396 is it's BNC on the top as opposed to SMA. So I just like that a little bit better. Again, great radio. It will take the same software programming, so if you're using the ARC XT, it'll take everything over to it as well. And if I'm not mistaken, too, you might be able to add DMR and NXDM, but I'm not 100% certain on that one. So it's a great radio. It's about $350. If you're looking for that one too, you can go to ScannerMaster and grab that one. Again, I'll put my affiliate link in there, which is again scannerschool.com/ScannerMaster. Let's see. We lost screen. Interesting. Let's see if I transition back over. Boom. All right. There we go. Get a thumbs up from Paul. What did I do that lost my screen? I guess I minimized. I was still on. I don't know what I did. Oh, well. It's almost just working. So that's all that counts. All right. Rich Collins got you in there. K2 UPS. Good to see you on, Rich. I'd like to have one of these days you or Howard on the podcast to talk about LICW. One of the other participants in Scanner School have actually just joined over as well. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Lost my place where I am. We got hello, love your channel. I have the Home Patrol 1. Just curious if there'll be any more firmware upgrades. No, I'm afraid that ship has sailed. The Home Patrol 1 is pretty dated at this point, replaced by the Home Patrol 2. And even I think the Home Patrol 2 hasn't seen any upgrades in quite some time, which is pretty unfortunate. Both great radios. I use my Home Patrol 1 pretty much every day because it was the only radio design that my wife approved to going in the kitchen. So I'm only using it to monitor one analog channel, but I'm allowed to put it in the kitchen, so I'm happy with that. Jenny's checking in. Good evening. I couldn't say hi or check on that using a YouTube channel. Sorry about that, Jenny, but you can also, too, I'm pretty sure you're on the extra credit tier. You can always join us over on Zoom as well, Jenny. that's no delay over there. Plus, we'll be talking after this Q&A session is over. Ross is asking, I want to program my SDS 100 and listen to all DCFD. Ross, what is DCFD? We could take a look at that over on Radio Reference and give you some ideas of whether or not you can listen to that. And also, the chat is saying, I like the older BCD 396 XT look, in my opinion. Yeah, it was a great design. But in the end, after looking at the 125 and now the new 325 P2, it does look dated. It's got that, I guess when you look like an 80s dashboard, it's got that blocky look, right? It's it doesn't look new anymore, I guess is what I'm trying to say with it. But yeah, the I felt the same way when I was transitioning out of it as well. I kind of looked at the 325 P2 and said, well, that's the look of the cheaper radios. And now they made the expensive one look like a cheap radio. But I guess that's the new molds they have set up, and that's what they're going with. So there we go. All right. Let's see, a bunch of black screens. Hopefully everything came back on. Yep. Okay, Sandy got you in as well. Joe and DC Fire Department. Okay, so Washington DC. So we'll take a quick look at that as well. Michael is saying way out addition to scanners to CW decoder display Morse code ideas. And yeah, so that'd be something to talk about as well. So I've been getting into that as well. I joined LICWOP, which is a online Zoom type of Zoom meetings, but they teach you how to do Morse code. So if you already know how to do it, but you're looking to increase your speed or to do head copy, if you're just getting into it like I am, they get you rolling. It's a great community, and there's a lot of hands-on. Even though it's all virtual, there's a lot of kits they build, a lot of practice time. They have nets set up where you can practice with other participants. They'll give you an award for your very first contact, your very first QSO on CW, and it's a really exciting community. So I recommend checking them out. Let's see. Got you, Dale from Montana, and also any long frequencies that are trunked. Yeah, there's plenty of them that are trunked. Suffolk County PD is trunked on an old Motorola Type 2 system, and they're rolling over now to a P25 system. Nassau County Fire Marshals are on a P25 trunk system. Nassau County Police are encrypted on a trunk system. Sheriffs are on an EDAC system. There's a whole bunch of trunking out here on Long Island, and again, you can take a look at that over at my website. Again, would be w2le.net, where you can find out a bunch of Long Island frequencies and trunk systems on there as well. So let's take a quick look. Let's see if I can recover from this black screen over here. I'm just going to load up Radio Reference, and we'll take a look at Washington, D.C. So let me go ahead and flip over, transition over as well. And again, let me know if my screen goes blank on this. Hopefully not. But look at this. You can't grab Washington, D.C. from down here. Interesting. Wonder where you find that. Let's see if I can find it this way. I've never actually had to find District of Columbia. There we go. All right. So it looks like DCFD operates on a P25 Phase 2 system. P25 conventional. Let's see, capital PD. Just looking for anything else that would be grabbing my attention when it comes to fire. But it looks like, let's see what we got here. Just looking for anything dedicated to fire that I can pull out here. It must be nice listening down here and listening to some of the feral stuff. But again, we got a P25 system up here. It looks like it's been updated fairly recently. Everything is all green, which means it was updated within the last 24 hours. And looking at it, you do have, let's see, PD, system-wide, lots of encryption. Fire EMS talk groups, fire dispatches, all unencrypted. So what you'd want to do is in your Sentinel, again, I can't bring it up because my computer on the other side here is not playing well tonight. Paul, my YouTube is black again? Really? Interesting. Because I am streaming and I can see the feedback, but on Zoom you see me fine, right, Paul? Must be something with Restream tonight is not playing well. because I'm looking at the monitor, and it looks like it's working well on my end. Interesting. All right, well, we'll try and swap over again as well. So let's see if I can swap over and see if that fixes anything. So chat box, transition, and give it a minute now, guys, to catch up, because it's going to need to resync. Interesting. Sorry about that, guys. All right, Jenny, I got you in over here. It should have been set up on Zoom to auto approve. I don't know why it's not. Thumbs up. Good, Paul. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? Glad to see you over here on Zoom. All right. So what I was going to say is, over on the DC side of the house, is what you're going to want to do is in Sentinel, you're going to go to the USA database. Again, doing this off the top of my head here. In USA, you're going to scroll down. You're going to find District of Columbia. You're going to open that up. You can go again to District of Columbia, and you're going to go into this District of Columbia P25 system. Scroll down to the DCFD. Right-click on that one. You're going to append to favorites list, and you're going to add that to your favorites list. From there, you want to make sure you've got this favorites list set on. So what you're going to do is you're going to right-click on your new favorites list you created. That's going to bring up a little submenu, and in that submenu, what you're going to do is you're going to go to monitor and on. That will turn on that monitor. So when you set the scanner up, it's going to be there. What else you want to do too is you want to go up into your profile settings, and you're going to make sure that your service types that you turned on are for fire dispatch and fire TAC and even fire talk, because without any of those being turned on, you're not going to be able to monitor anything that's FD related. So again, would love to take you over to my web browser to show you, but it seems like when I do that, for some reason, we're losing the video over on YouTube, and that is not a good thing. So sorry about that one, guys. It's a interesting night here. All right, so let's see what we got. Kevin is on. I got you on there, Kevin, as well. Michael's asking, what are the fire marshals in Nassau County on? They on arson. Okay, so the fire marshals, Michael, they're on the Nassau County P25 system on the 500 megahertz layer. Again, there's several layers on that system. What you're looking for is, I used to have those talk groups memorized. It's in the 4,000 range. I think it's 4099 or something like that is where the fire marshals are. But you're gonna wanna be over there on that one. Jenny's saying you can see my screen, which is good. Max, all good on YouTube over there as well. Let's see if I can get a couple questions in before we can do it. Kevin's asking, is Nassau County Sheriff is on P25 500 megahertz? So I haven't verified that myself, Kevin, but I've been told that they have talk groups on there now. Don't know if they're actually using it, but from a very reliable source, the 5,000, I think it's 5003, 5004 talk groups are for sheriff, and then on the 800 layer, the 8003, 8004 talk groups are for the sheriff. So they're on both 500 and 800, but depending which layer you're on is which talk group you're going to want to monitor. So again, on the 500 layer, you're going to want to listen to the 5,000 range. On the 800, you're going to want to listen to the 8,000 range. Don't ask me why they did that, but at least they figured out a way that PD, which operates in 500, can talk to sheriff if they had to, and I guess whoever is going to be moving over to the 800 layer can also get on with the sheriff on that one as well. So they may still be on the EDAC system. Again, I haven't listened to that in a while to verify that one, but that's what might be going on over there. So again, if you haven't heard them yet on the 500 layer or anything like that, that's where they are right now on, or where they should be. So. All right, let's see if this transition works over here, because it's getting to be close to that time. So, again, this was a pretty slow evening tonight, but I'm not really surprised. We had a good-sized storm roll through the area today. I know I was outside cleaning the yard just before I did this, so hopefully everybody is doing safe and doing well. I want to thank everybody who's supported the podcast and is here every month to do this. And also don't forget, too, on our ZeloNet as well, which is also on Tuesday evenings, with the exception of the first Tuesday of the month. Ross is asking a quick question here as well. Do some encrypted, and do you still listen to them? So you can't listen to anything that is encrypted. So that kind of rules that one out. I'm trying to figure out what the first part of your question was there, Ross. You can't listen to anything that's encrypted. Nothing out there will do that one as well. So once you hit that encryption flag, that's it. Game over. No more scanning or anything like that for those talk groups. But again, guys, thank you so much for the session. Again, if you can, make sure again you share the podcast information with your fellow Scanner Radio community. We have a great podcast next week, so I really do. I hate to tease like this, but great interview coming in, and I'm really excited about the two guests that are joining us next week, which is really interesting. For everybody else who is a extra credit Patreon supporter, will be over here on Zoom in just 1 second once we drop out of Facebook and YouTube. Les, have a good night. See you in there as well. Jim got you in as well from upstate New York. And with that, thank you everybody who joined us on Facebook and YouTube tonight. And we'll catch everybody probably next week on Zello or next month on the YouTube. And for you guys over on Zoom, stand by. I'll meet you over there in just 1 second. 73, everyone. All right. I just got to